A lot of people are trying to figure out exactly what happened in this election and why did the Republicans lose. Well, it's very simple. You can point at demographics. I'm pointing at extremist bullshit logic. Now try to figure out this logic. Will you please? Teabaggers are for liberty and personal freedom, right? That's what they say, right? That you have a right to your destiny. And then they say, wait a minute, if you're raped, if you're a woman and you're raped, you cannot have an abortion. You have to keep the child. You have to have your rapist child, and the rapist will have a right to visit the child. Isn't that wonderful? Look, I'm pretty pro-life myself. I'm not a huge abortion fan like many other people might be, but at the same time, I don't buy this stupid teabagger logic. I don't. What do you mean rape is another way to conception? What the hell? What do you mean? No. Rape should never be excused. Oh, because, you rape somebody, but you have a kid. Hey, but you have a kid. That's wonderful. That's God's plan. The hell is that? Look. I don't really believe that abortion is a good thing. I don't. At the same time, though, I say, look, there are women who need it, and just, that's fine, and that's their decision. I'm not going to force them to have a kid that they don't want. But maybe we can convince some women to at least have the baby and give it up for adoption, or give it to a nice gay couple that they'll take care of the baby, or something like that. Hey, there are many gay couples who are waiting in line right now to adopt kids. So, but that's just my own opinion. I'm not a huge warrior about this issue. I'm not a hawk. And a lot of women don't have abortions, by the way. They actually do give it up for adoption. But a lot of women that do have abortions, though, are doing it because of medical reasons. And if you actually do your research and find this out on your own, then you probably will come up to the conclusion that I have, is that abortion is not really a big deal. It isn't. I know Alex Jones and all these other stupid punks want to make it an issue. Oh, I'm pro-life. I'm against eugenics and all that. Well, here's the thing. How can you? This is the stupid logic that they really are trying to put together, and it doesn't make any sense. I mean, just bear with me here. If a fetus is conceived, and that fetus will be born and will have genetic defects, all these medical problems, and most likely that child will end up dying within a couple of days or a couple of weeks. Some of them die within a couple of months. But while that child is born and is alive, millions of dollars of medical expenses will be spent and will be needed. Here's the logic. Who cares? Have the baby, right? That's what they're saying. Have the baby. I don't care if it has feet growing outside of its ears. Have the damn freak of nature baby. Have it. And placing a burden on the parents, by the way. You know how much of a burden that is? To take care of a baby that has all these illnesses and defects? And what about the pain that the baby's in? And the pain that it will grow up with? You understand that? And I understand that. I think it's sometimes ethical to make those decisions and terminate the pregnancy, because you don't want to go through that, and you don't want to bring into the world a child that will be in pain. But the logic that I don't understand also is that they say have the baby, right? But if the baby has defects, which it does, because that's why you wanted to abort the baby in the first place. The baby has defects that will require a lot of medical attention and a lot of resources. But then they don't want to provide those resources for you. These are the same people. I mean, look at this. These are the same people that force you to have that kid who has all these medical problems, all these genetic defects. But at the same time, they say, no, 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 no. We're not going to pay for the medical expenses. It's up to you now. It is your responsibility. But you made me have the baby. I don't give a shit. That's true. I made you have the baby. But hey, it's your baby. It's your responsibility. You don't have to pay that $10 million hospital bill. Okay? I don't want to pay for it, even though I'm rich. What kind of logic is that? How much does an abortion cost these days? What, like $300, $500, $600? So, somewhere around, yeah, somewhere around that area. Okay, $600. Wait a minute, isn't it like 1,000? I heard because one of my neighbors had an abortion. She said she had to spend like $1,300. All right, whatever. All right, let's say it's $1,000 to get an abortion. I think if you're poor and you go to a family planning, to that Planned Parenthood thing, I think they give you a discount or something like that. Like if you're poor, you have to pay only $300 for an abortion, or even $100. Because my sister had an abortion because it was a while ago. But it was cheap. I remember it was cheap. But my neighbor said, no, I have to pay $1,300 for the abortion. I guess it depends. I don't know. So let's say it's $1,000. Now, how much money do you want to spend? $1,000 on a kid? Or $10 million? It's your choice, right? And a lot of people make a sensible choice. And they have to make that choice because unless if you Republicans and you Todd Aikens out there, you're going to provide all the health, medical expenses for that child to be born. If you're insisting on children with all these genetic defects to be born, and you're insisting on that, because that's what really happens. I mean, the majority of these abortions are because of genetic defects, and the rest are because, money or my boyfriend dumped me or whatever. I don't know, something like that. Oh, and you're the ones that always say that a child has a right to a mother and a father. Okay. So if the father ditches the mother after she's pregnant, what happens next, Einstein? Isn't it that the best situation is to raise a child with the mother and the father? Biological mother and father? Right? Isn't that what you're saying? But if you're gonna have that kid's gonna be raised with a single mother, and that's bad, right? That, according to your logic, it's bad. I mean, try to figure out the stupid logic, will you? I mean, what's fucking going on here? I mean, what's the deal with these stupid assholes? I'll believe them that they're pro-life if they say, look, we're pro-life. We don't think that you should have an abortion at all. I mean, we'll force you to have the child, but at the same time, if your child is born with defects, don't worry about it. We will take care of it. We will pay for those medical expenses. Then you know what? Then that's more real to me. That seems more logical. But no, they won't do that. They force you to have a child, and if that child has all these medical problems and it's cost you millions of dollars, screw you. It's your problem. What a great system that would be. All right. And my issue is not really, people say it's the woman's right to choose. Fine, that's one thing. That's one aspect, and I accept that. All right, I'm fine with that. But to say, for me, it's also the child. The baby's gonna be born with defects, painful illnesses, and all this. I think sometimes it's ethical to terminate the pregnancy because think of the pain that child's going to go through all his life. Or most likely short life. just because you have this fetish to make sure that it's born. I mean, what the hell is that about? And it's not eugenics, Alex Jones. It's common sense. All right.